Yes guys, welcome to another Youth Talk video. Today's theme is, has Instagram stipulated what and who you find attractive or unattractive?
So in today's society, everything is done through the internet, through social media, and there are so many influencers out there. And let me ask you this, has Instagram or any social media influenced you either positively or negatively in the way that you perceive yourself, and your life?
Yeah, so our point number one, you can see 4 images on the screen. One's a marathon runner, the other one is a footballer, a rugby player, and just a normal influencer. Ask yourself, which body do you deem as healthy? Which one do you think, oh, this is the one, this is the body I want? It's interesting to think that 3 of them are professional athletes that's dedicated so much time to be physically fit for their sport. But our culture, social media, kind of influenced to think that the picture number 4 is the one that's like, this one's the physically healthy one, this is the one that you should look like, this is the one that you should aim for. It's impossible because everyone's body type is different. If everyone, let's take the influencer, let's take that one out, and let's say everyone that is deemed as a rugby player is the one that's healthy. It's impossible for everyone to look like a prop, let's say, a forward. It doesn't work. Some people don't have the genetics to have that build, but people don't have the genetics, let's say, to be a marathon runner. It just doesn't work. We don't want you to fall into the trap of, I have to look like this profile, otherwise I'm deemed as unhealthy or ugly. But imagine if everyone was the same. Imagine if everyone was like me. Imagine if every single person was like Izzy. I don't think that would be a problem, but anyway. Imagine how the world would look if it was down to me and everyone had the same mentality and was exactly like me. We'd probably be living in caves without electricity, wheels, I don't know, something basic like a cup. I probably wouldn't even be it. The person who invented a cup was very, very clever. I wouldn't have come up with that. Let's think about it in a practical example. If you've got a human body, each part of your body has a different function, but they all work together so that you stay alive, so that you can do everyday chores. For example, if everyone was the brain, let's say, or if everyone was the hand, it wouldn't work because the hand needs the brain for it to work. The hand needs to be attached to the arm for it to work, or the ligaments and nerves and the muscles pulling for it to actually pick something up. Oh, okay, but I'm not very important. Let's think about, I don't come up with electricity. I'm not the guy who invented, I don't know, Amazon. I'm not the guy who invented the internet. Without the people that come up with the internet, Amazon wouldn't work. So let's think about it. Thumb. Remove your thumb from your body. Try and pick your phone up. How much harder is it to do that? How much harder is it to send a message? Your brain's still telling your body to do it, but if you don't have the tools to do it, then it won't work.
Even if you don't think so, you are important, and,
yeah, 100%.
and every little detail that anything that you do, or any little bit that you add to something is what makes the difference. And if everyone in your family was the same, how boring would it be? How annoying would it be? It just, like Lucas said, it just wouldn't work. So, you see everyone in your family, how different they are, and that's why it works. For example, Lucas is a lot calmer than me. I'm so stressed. So when I'm stressed and he's calm, it kind of calms me down. If we were both stressed,
God knows what would happen.
wouldn't really be together because they'd just be arguing after arguing. So yeah, like, you being unique and different is what's important and is what makes the world. So point number 2 is that, to be very straightforward, Instagram is fake. If I wanted to build my Instagram to show that I am so rich, I can, and it's so easy to do that, and it happens so much. Apart from the people close to me, no one would know that it wasn't real. I could go and hire stuff that I could just take pictures with and give it back, post it on Instagram and try and look really cool, go and buy something that's so expensive, I don't know, clothes or shoes or whatever.
Keep the tag on, otherwise you're going to have a problem.
Keep the tag on and take pictures with it, and then just go and give it back. the people who aren't close to me and that don't know that my life isn't actually like that, they believe that it is, and they'd be like, wow, she's so cool, you know, she has so much money, and I don't. And unfortunately, that's really what happens nowadays. You know, people just show themselves as being completely different on social media than they actually are.
So when you see a post, filter what you're looking at. Look at it as, is this actually real? Have the wisdom to go, is this real life? Because sometimes it's not. We don't want you to start thinking, I have to look like so and so, I have to have the things so and so has to be happy and actually be accepted by my friends, by people, by society.
Yeah, so without, you know, you may think, oh, you know, but it doesn't make a difference to my life, but without knowing it, you do start comparing your life to the fake lives on Instagram. Obviously, I'm not saying that everyone's life that's an influencer is fake.
A fraud.
It's not that. It's just the people. Some people just build a persona when they get the camera out. You know, and subconsciously you do start comparing yourself, you know, the way you look, or even just your life. Like, oh, I don't have a really big walk-in wardrobe. I don't have a really good car. And you don't realize, you don't even think that is because the stuff that you're looking at Instagram has influenced you to think like that. So you do really need to be careful, because you don't, unless you're close to them, but with a lot of influencers, that's not the case. You know, you don't know how they're feeling that day. You know, they'll get the camera and they'll be super happy and they'll just be showing you loads of things, but you don't know what they're like when they turn their camera off. You don't know, yeah, you know, they have their bad days, but they don't really show that, because that's not what gets them to
views.
No
one wants to see a miserable person.
Yeah, it doesn't get them to be big. So it's okay for you to have your bad days, and with Instagram it's hard because it kind of shows you that it's not, and obviously that gets us thinking like, oh my god, I can't be sad, I can't be this.
Yeah.
But you just need to be careful with what you're seeing, because it's not their actual life, and it's not real. You know, when they turn their camera off, they could be a really horrible person and you just wouldn't know it, whereas they, you know, show themselves as being so lovely on camera, and that's not what you want to be. You know, I'm obviously going to include myself in this, we need to be grateful for what we have. Sometimes we're so miserable and not thankful enough for all the things that are in our life, where people, you know, the education that we have, the roof that we have above our heads, the bed that we have to sleep in, how we're cozy when it's cold, food that, you know, we're never hungry. Whenever we're like, oh, let's go get some food, we have money to buy it. Yeah. There are so many people in different countries that have less than you, a lot less, not even maybe a quarter of what you have. Even like people, unfortunately, living in the streets, we think that, oh, you know, we have so little, but there are so many people that you don't even know that would do anything in their life to have the little that you do. So just be careful with how ungrateful you're being with life, and look at the positives of what you do have. Yes. And the people that don't.
It's an interesting point to reflect upon. Like you said, we're not saying you guys need to reflect, you guys need to, we're part of that. Sometimes I fall in the trap of being ungrateful. Maybe I'm like, oh, my car's so rubbish, I wish I had a Mercedes. But then I'm like, wait, well, hold up.
I have a car at least.
I have a car, it's never given me problems, I have money to run it, and I'm like, well, okay, I need to make sure my thinking is better. I need to make sure I'm grateful for what I have.
So our final point to make is, what's more important, your exterior or your interior? I know that's such a cliche thing to say, because everyone speaks about how it's your interior that matters and it's you being nice, because beauty will fade, as it's always said. You know, your wrinkles will show, no matter how much Botox you put in. After a while, it's going to appear, and there's nothing stopping it. It's life, it's the process, it's what we go through. You know, we need to stop investing so much time and money into something that's so temporary. People think, oh my god, I need to fit this profile, so they modify their body and their faces so much, and it's so much money that they could be investing for something for their future. I don't know, buying a house or doing something different that's not going to fade and that's going to be so valuable that you can leave for your children and everything like that, rather than being like, I'm going to invest in my beauty, but in a few years it's going to go away. You're not going to be young forever. So, you know, what basically I'm trying to say is, invest in yourself, invest in your interior, really try, you know, be a nice person, because you could be the most prettiest girl or anything like that, if you open your mouth and you're rude to people and you don't know anything, and the things that you say like, oh my god, have you not even been to school, that your beauty is not going to even matter, because people aren't going to find you attractive if your brain isn't attractive, if you can kind of understand what I mean. So, you know, set yourself a goal. Try and spend less time on your phone. As we said before, even subconsciously, everything can get to you and you can start comparing yourself. You know, get a book to read. Reading, even like we've started reading a bit more recently, and we were talking about the other day how much of a difference that makes
such a huge difference
in your life. You know, the way that you become more intelligent, and that is so attractive. You know how girls say like, oh, you know, what I look for in a man is if they're intelligent or not. Obviously beauty, exterior, you know, we look at that as well because that's what the eye sees first, but if you have nothing to offer, then that's, you know, not great.
Yeah, when your beauty goes away, what are you going to offer
exactly
your fiance, your spouse?
So, you know, do something that enhances your knowledge, because at the end of the day, that's all that's really important. And just be you, you know, don't be influenced so negatively on how you portray yourself, because they're called influencers for a reason. They're there to influence you. So choose who you want to be influenced by. Really pick, you know, is this person adding anything to my life, rather than just making me feel really bad that I don't have certain clothes, certain, you know, walk-in wardrobe. Just be very, like, just like we said at the beginning, filter what you're seeing and who you're following.
Yeah, be careful who your role models are.
Yeah.
What we're trying to say is obviously invest time in the interior, but take care of your health. Make sure you brush your teeth before you go to bed. Make sure you dress yourself nice for an occasion. Make sure you smell nice. Do take care of yourself, but don't let Instagram or don't let the culture of today tell you what weight is
the right way of living. Yeah.
Or what weight you should be. Do you know what I mean? Don't let them stipulate you have to wear this brand and this clothes so that you're like, wow, he's good looking. Wow. Yeah, okay, admire fashion. Let it give you examples of what you choose, but don't let it mold your character. Does that make sense? It's really important that the wrapping paper is not what you spend your big money on. It's the actual present, because the wrapping paper, you're going to rip it up, you're going to throw it in the bin, whereas you're going to be left down with the present. So yeah, we hope you've enjoyed the video. We hope you've learned something. Make sure to leave a like if you're on the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, and share it with a friend. Let them know what you think, especially those of you thinking you need some time off social media. And if you have any more ideas for us, obviously do let us know. And if you have any problems or anything that you feel like you're dealing with at the moment that's getting a bit too much for you, obviously feel free to message us, and we're going to be more than